Good morning, folks. Good morning, viewers. This is the Brum Talk Show, and we coming to you strictly from the United States of America, to be precise, in Pennsylvania. Here today, we're going to be discussing issues pertaining to our country, Liberia. The Brum Show is operated by the Liberian People's Party, and the Brum is an emblem to show that corruption is a trash in our country, and we're going to use the broom whenever the party comes to power to sweep corruption. Presently, the Liberian People's Party is initiating a cause that is genuine for everyone, and that cause is say no to corruption. A march has been planned in the Republic of Liberia, and that will be on the 19th of July 2023. Tonight, this afternoon, when you are in Liberia, it's afternoon. This morning, we have with us two young people, a generation to come, a generation that is present today, because they represent us today and for tomorrow. They are here today, and they're going to discuss with us in depth why this march. Why this march? They're going to tell us. We have with us Jessica Morris, and she is the chair for that. I mean, she's going to tell us what her position is. We also have with our young man, Emmanuel Pole Emmanuel Nua. And of course, your host, I'm Julius D. Zogadisatan, usually on the Brum Talk Show. Lady first in our country, we have a tradition, lady first. So we're going to start out with Jessica Morris. She's going to tell us who is she and what is she doing with the Liberian People's Party? A party that been there a long time ago. What is she doing with the party? We want to hear from you. Jessica. Jessica, you are muted. Hello, Jessica. Do you hear me? Are you unmuted? Yeah, I think it's network. Okay, so before we can get to Jessica, why in our country, that is some of the things we are talking about. Corruption takes away every opportunities. We're going to go to Pauline Emmanuel to tell us, what are you doing here? What is your name? Tell us who you are with the Liberian People's Party. Why are you behind Councillor Tiawan Gonglo? Tell us.
So like you rightfully said, my name is Pole Emmanuel Yan, and I am the National Secretary General for the Congo Youth Movement, and I'm also the Deputy Secretary for Press and Publicity for the Anti-Corruption Rally that is to be here on the 19th of July. And I am also a member of the Liberian People's Party. And the reasons for which I sort of holding membership with the Liberian People's Party, because of a significant role it has played towards, introducing the popular democratic tenets that today we have within our country. Maybe unlike maybe some 133 years plus ago, where the issues about power distribution was only about basically those Americo-Liberian central around Monrovia, with the involvement of then the Movement for Justice in Africa, the Progressive Alliance of Liberia, the Student Unification Party, SUP, formulating, solidarity blood to bridge this gap and make sure there's a popular democratic tendency in the country. I feel that this party has a very rich history of struggle for Liberia as a whole. So with the kind of understanding that I've had and the intensive research we have done with in the political space within our country, I think it was necessary that I form part of the Liberian People's Party. So these are just the
There you
basic
have it.
reasons.
There you have it. That's the veteran youth, Pauline Emmanuel Yan, who have just told you briefly about the reasons why he is with the Liberian People's Party. The Liberians People Party. The Liberians People's Party. The party that brought multi-party democracy in the Republic of Liberia. The party that gave her blood, members, Vanguard's members, that gave their blood to establish political, multi-political democracy in the Republic of Liberia. On July 19, we're going to go in the streets of Monrovia, the length and breadth of Monrovia, to tell our people that corruption takes away food from the mouth of the children. Corruption takes away the opportunity for the youth. We're going to get back to Jessica. She has been having some problem with the internet, in and out. Jessica, can you tell us, why are you with the Liberian People's Party? And what are you doing there? Who are you? The Liberian People's Party. You are muted. You want to unmute yourself? Jessica, do you hear us? Hello, Jessica. All right. So we're going to continue until she gets adjusted. She's still having problem with the internet system. She's in and out. But until she gets adjusted, we're going to go ahead. We will start up again with Emmanuel. Emmanuel, please tell us, what is the purpose of the Liberian People's Party having a rally or a march, quote unquote? What is the purpose of that march? Maybe I don't want to be ahead of you.
So basically, so to just maybe start with that question, I just want to say, we are in the heart of the nation's capital, Monrovia, and then we're fighting for basic internet connectivities. So it tells you the kind of a challenge we are having here. Jessica is struggling to be online, to maintain, active coverage, mindset too. So it tells you that the country basically is challenged. So when it comes to the anti-corruption rally, firstly, corruption is a major, now we could say a fundamental problem with our society. The only thing Liberians have to collectively work together and eradicate for sustainable development, for a good infrastructure system, for good healthcare delivery, is the issues of corruption. Liberia is not short of good men. Liberia is not short of technocrats, engineers that can initiate a country that will work betterly for all. What Liberia is short of is those people that have the courage to fight corruption and make sure that corruption is minimized. These are the people that Liberia is in search for. So the anti-corruption rally basically is intended to raise political awareness at this time that the state is about to go to elections. Is intended also to send a signal to the WIA administration that you have downplayed almost all of the international records about your government inability to fight corruption, and you are not just aiding and abetting corruption, but you as a person or as a president is fully involved into corrupt activities. So we want to inform the Liberian people, we want to inform the international community about the harm of what corruption is doing to our country, our state, and how it is undermining our democratic gain as a people. So that is just what the rally will be about.
Jessica, can you get us now? Are you getting us now? If you can't, show your thumbs up, and if so, you are muted. Can you unmute yourself and talk to us? Okay, there you go. Now you are unmuted. Okay,
Yes,
very good.
yes.
Who
I
are you?
okay.
Who
So
is
once
the
again,
young
I'm
lady?
Jessica Inja Morris.
Okay.
Yes, I am Jessica Inja Morris, the chairperson. Yes, I am Jessica Inja Morris, the chairperson for the anti-corruption campaigners in Liberia. And we are hosting this rally on July 19, which will be this coming Wednesday, 2023. And then we have been getting support from the Liberian People's Party, and we are also reaching out to other prominent people in society to help join this fight against corruption. We are calling on all Liberians to join the fight against corruption. So basically, we have made some arrangement to get the people at Duko, where we will start the march, and then we'll march from up Duko towards the Provident Baptist Church, where the Declaration of Liberia's independence was signed. And we chose that site because we wanted to send a message that that particular spot is historical, and it was where the Declaration of Independence was signed, and Liberia didn't gain independence because she wanted to be corrupt or she wanted to practice corruption. She actually fought for her independence because she wanted to handle her own affairs so that she can be able to develop her country and improve the life of her citizens. So that was why we chose that spot.
All right. Hmm. It's Baku, you strong. It's not easy here today, right? that's the, that's what they
Yeah,
say, right? They can say, Baku, you strong.
yes,
Baku, you strong to team.
yeah. So, Mr.
All right.
Zoga, Mr. Zoga,
Yeah.
you was asking a question, and my internet was kind of misbehaving, so I didn't get the
Yeah.
question. So if you can ask the question again, probably I can be able to address it.
Don't worry. I already know who you are. We're going to go deeply. You got a couple of minutes to be here, and we're going to go into that. Jessica, I mean, I'm okay with you guys. All right, let's get down to business. Uh, I understand the historical facts that you have given. That is, your march began from where you signed the Declaration of Independence. You're going back to the previous days. Uh, ever listen to the former U.S. ambassador, who is presently the ambassador to the UN, Linda Thomas Greenfield? She said, corruption takes away food from the mouths of the children of Liberia. Corruption has denied. Now, I want us to underscore that word. I love it when she was speaking. Corruption has denied Liberia her place in the international community. What do you make of that? We have not even come to education. We just only want to discuss what she means when she says corruption has takes away food from the mouth of the children. Corruption denies Liberia her place in the international community. What do you make of that statement? Presently, you are in Liberia. You can start, anyone can kick up, but you go for the two of you.
Okay, so that statement basically is a fact, and this is one reasons we Liberia or Liberians will not regret us having the strategic diplomatic tie with the United States of America, because even with the alignment with the state and the workings of government, when there are issues that are fundamentally, against the progress and development of the state, almost all of the Americans ambassadors that have visited this country have raised this concern. And the issues about Liberia being denied and food have been taken from the mouth of ordinary Liberians is something that basically for now in Liberia, if we look at the United States dollar, is we have 198. Even to where the president lives, the president of the Republic of Liberia, there is a bureau at his house or in front of his place. The current rate now is 206 against $1 US. So $1 US is 206 Liberian dollars. What does that mean when you talk about taking food from the mouth of the ordinary Liberian? If we see the rise in the US rate towards the Liberian dollars, it leaves an impoverished condition for the ordinary mass of the people that cannot afford basic meals a day. Because when we see the increment of the US rate, there will also be increment in the prices of goods and commodity. And basically, Liberia's staple food is rice. And whenever the US rate increase, the prices of rice will increase. So if the prices of rice increase, it means households will not be able to find food for their children to eat. People that doesn't have that basic social status will not be even afford to eat. How does this boil down to corruption? The GSC has report in doubting the current agriculture minister about corruption and misappropriating funds that should go to the agricultural sector to produce basic food for the sustainable, means of the Liberian public. But up to now, that investigation have been swept under carpet, and the Minister of Agriculture works with impunity and is even embezzling or corrupting more funds. So when the issues of this is raised, it only signifies that the ordinary people in this country doesn't have a meal to eat a day. For example, we look at the UNICEF report of 2022. That report clearly says that we have 30,000 of the Liberian children from age 0 to age 9 that die every year from chronic malnutrition. So it tells you 30,000 of our children cannot eat basic meal a day. In Liberia now, eating is like an achievement. When you have a 1 square meal to eat a day, you have achieved for that whole day. It means you are the most successful person in this country. This is how we see that statement that have been made by the United States ambassador relating to the context of corruption in this country. I'm not sorry. It's like you've been muted.
So
it is either I've been muted.
Yes, that statement that you made, that was a statement from Linda Greenfield, who was the ambassador to Liberia, the U.S. ambassador. Now, let's go to Jessica. Jessica, I want you to tell us a little bit about how are we denied our place? How did corruption deny us our place on the international scene? But listen, your president was just in France. Your president was just in Israel. The president was when I was in Liberia. The president was out of the country for 45 days. I mean, how is he being denied of international travel? How are we being denied internationally? How is our space not being preserved? How it is not being reserved for us when in fact he represented us at the UN? Tell us about how are we missing our place on the international community because of corruption.
I can come in?
For Jessica.
Oh, okay.
Jessica, you are muted. You need to talk to us. Okay, there
Okay.
you go.
I'm trying to. Yes, you can hear me now, right?
Yes, loud and clear.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Okay. All right. So, how are we being denied in the international community was your question, right?
Yeah.
Are
How
you
do we
getting
find?
me?
We don't have our plays. According to, we're going to play the
Okay.
video. We're going to
So,
listen to her extensively. Yeah.
okay. So,
We are hearing you. We are hearing you. Go ahead, Jessica.
The network is bad.
yes. So, if you okay, if you look at Liberia and the number of years that we have come so far, 1847. Oh my God.
Yeah, go
Okay.
ahead. We hearing 1847. We
So
hearing you.
if you look at Liberia being the oldest African country from 1847 to now, by now we should have been an example for other African countries to follow. We should have been the ones that should be helping other African countries to yes, we should be the ones helping other African countries to develop. But if you look at how Liberia is now, we have significantly declined when it comes to the issue of development in our own country. Talk more of helping other countries around us to actually develop. Looking at the report from Cental, you will see that Liberia scored 26 out of 100% in her fight against corruption. And also when it comes to
So it's bad.
All right, folks, there you have it. From our own start, Emmanuel told us that look, we are in the
Yeah.
capital city of the Republic of Liberia. He told us, he said, look, these are the challenges that we face here. When we talk about corruption, people who are sympathizers of the present government in America tell us that we are lying. But look, the challenges we have, the simplest thing ever that a government can even give free to students to the University of Liberia, internet system is not accurate. Yes, continue. And so here is it. Jessica, the leader of the anti-corruption team, of the anti-corruption rally,
okay,
she's struggling in getting online.
yes,
We're going to go back to her so she can end her
yes.
work.
Okay, so then looking also at our currency that is constantly being devalued. Now, if you change five United States dollars, you get 950 Liberian dollars. So, looking at all of those things, we can safely say that Liberia is losing her place gradually in the international community.
Very good.
And and,
Very-
and also basically I can add
Yes,
up to that.
yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
also basically since the
Go
inception
ahead,
of the
Emmanuel.
WEA's administration, since the inception of the WEA administration, there have been zero foreign direct investment to this government. Mr. Weah, yes, make the biggest travel. You know the United Nations will not stop Mr. Weah from appearing at the General Assembly because of Liberia relations to the UN. But if the country is denied certain international privilege, we understand the implication of what happens to the choke on the economy. The we administration have not even able to lobby any investor to come and invest directly in this country because there's no credibility with the government and with the system on ground. That's one means that Liberia, is losing its space on the international community, on the national scene. Again, the issues about the invitation of the president to the headquarters of the CIA, the very first time in the history of our country that the president of the Republic of Liberia is invited for questioning without him disclosing to us, what was the invitation was for. And with the information gathered that the issues about drugs, the issues about human trafficking and and supporting terrorist organizations, these are issues that have been highly related. And with the president, most of the president visit is not basically to the United States of America. It's not basically to allies country. Most of the president visits are to countries that are not directly in alignment with the United States of America. And Liberia is a traditional ally to the United States of America. You see the president going to the UAE, the president going to Qatar, the president going to Kuwait. All of these times, sometimes it's just for merrymaking, it's just for honeymoon. It's not for international duty or international recognition. Unlike when he left from here, he went to Israel and then he said he went to pray. So it tells you that the government of George Weah is not recognized internationally because when a government is recognized internationally, they are taken on effect. For example, the administration of Salif, Madam Salif was invited on countless of occasions to the White House to meet dignitaries and head of state of the American government. Under her administration, we saw the first leader of the United States of America visiting Liberia. We saw the issues about other dignitaries coming to Liberia. Since Mr. Weah became president, there have not been a day we have seen any recognized international dignitary visiting this country. Maybe unless for when African head of state will come and pledge solidarity to the independence of this country. So these are all signs and signals that the government of George Weah, and the Liberian society is losing its place on the international scene. Because we are not seeing the direct effect.
All right, thank you guys. Now, here is the thing. The rally is on the 19th of July, which is a couple of days from now, like 2 days from now. Tomorrow is Tuesday, the following day is Wednesday. Is this march only restricted to the Liberian People's Party? Is it the Liberian People Party alone that are feeling corruption? What is your take on that? What do you want the Liberian people to know about this march? Tell us in detail what you want us to do, what you want the Liberian people to do. Everybody enjoying LP, how they call them, CDC enjoying. They don't have no time. UP, I don't know. Tell us, what is this rally? Is it unique to the Liberian People's Party, or it is for the Liberian people?
So this rally is not for the Liberian People's Party alone. This rally is for the Liberian people. Basically, the rally is supported basically by civil society organizations in this country, the Liberian People's Party, and other political parties. Like we have sent communications to almost all of the political parties in this country. Because the Liberian People's Party as a party has a candidate that is anti-corruption, a candidate that have drastic stand towards corruption. This is the reasons it is part of the 10-pillar agenda of the Liberian People's Party. So they are playing a more significant role into this because they think that is one of their agenda. So we have reached out to the United Party of Joseph Boyka, the collaborating party of Alexander Benedict Cummings, the coalition for democratic change of George Weah. And our message is clear, because in this time there will be many political rhetorics that will be coming to the people about political parties' commitment to fight corruption. So we are saying, if you are committed to the fight against corruption, let us have a symbolic march collectively together. Every political party should come out holding the symbol of a broom that we are about to clean corruption from this country. And the next government that will come to office must be aware that the Liberian people gather on the 19th of July to create political awareness that the system is corrupt and the system must be clean. So every political parties must come to the rally. And we are even telling the Liberian people that political institutions that refuse to come to these occasions will not sincerely implement a corrupt-free government, because this is a platform intended to expose political parties that will come on the mantra of fighting corruption, but will have deceitful intent and objective to actually what they stand for and what they want to achieve. So we believe this rally will be unique, and it will organize around all civil society organizations that we have. We have the Center for Accountability and Transparency have been receiving communication. So we are in discussion with civil society organizations, political parties, religious organizations, so that we can have a collective drive towards organizing, an instrumental plan that will help fight corruption and make sure corruption is eradicated from the Liberian society.
Comrade is strong.
So it is not only about the rally. Yeah.
Comrade is strong. The word changed around. Comrade is strong. I was only joking then when they say Baku you strong, but it's Comrade you strong. All right. Now here we go. Here is the next question. Now we're talking about the broom. Broom is the symbol. Now, as you see, if you look at the Broom Talk Show, we have it on the right-hand side. And everything that is right is on the right-hand side. If you face the camera, you see that the broom is on the right-hand side. We are prepared to hold that in our right hand. Now, this is the emblem of the Liberian People's Party, intending that corruption should be swept 100% from our country. Now, when Lena Grenfell spoke, she said, Liberia is the bulwark of democracy. In her video, she said, Liberia is the bulwark of democracy. And then she said, corruption is the killer of democracy. So she is saying that there is incompatibility of corruption for Liberia. Incompatibility. So if we are the bulwark of democracy and corruption is the killer of democracy, then Liberia should be corruption free. So,
and her
yes, go ahead.
Her statement implied this way. Let's look at the formation of the country from 1847 up to present. The country from 1847 that was built by Liberians from the diaspora that came here with an idea of transplanting democracy and a moral Christian value. That decision was not basically implemented as we saw the country evolve into 14-year civil war. And what started the conflict? It was basically corruption. And what is corruption? Corruption is the inability to lead adequately in making sure that goods and services that benefit the people are held by a few group of elite individuals that presides and run the affairs of the state. And when the people see that they are not directly benefiting from the goods and services of the state, they are angry. And if they get angry, they formulate special grouping, they formulate different factions to rebel against the state. And rebellion leads to chaos, and chaos leads to damage, and damage is anti-democratic. So in her stand, in the context of what she was saying, we agree fully with our analysis that corruption is a killer to democracy, because the 14 years of civil war was basically caused by the inability of past government to manage the governmental cycle in making sure that goods and services benefit the ordinary people. For example, the example we could use could be the Red Riot of 1979, when we saw huge pool of the masses on the street of Monrovia demanding access to food. Why were they not giving food? It was because Then the proposal from the Tubman administration, the Tubman administration has it that the food that must be produced in the country should only be controlled by the Tubman's family. Was this policy going to benefit the Liberian people? Something we say no to. So we see the issues about corruption being sacro, being anti-democratic. Because when you have a corrupt government, there will always be a position of the people to resist that government. And we are seeing a cornerstone in the Weah administration. Since Mr. Weah became president and started introducing the corrupt mentality and tenets of democracy, we are seeing it transcend through the vote from basic by-elections in this country, the popular senatorial election. I saw the CDC being basically voted out and sending a serious warning. So all that analysis proves that corruption in Eastern is anti-democratic. You cannot have a corrupt government and then you say you have a democracy. No. Like for example, let's look at recent. Let's just look at recent. We see people, suddenly disappear in this country. People, even the issues about freedom of speech and expression is like a threat to the regime. 1 year ago, July 26th, there was a student activist called Christopher Waters Susudu that was brutalized in the presence of international dignitary. Why? Only because they disagree. So when you have a corrupt government, that government feels that the consciousness of the people is an affront to their existence in power. So any government that feel that the existence of the people in power is an affront to that government is anti-democratic. That's how corruption plays, and that's how corruption is bred. So I agree with our accession to
All right. Now let's get to education. Corruption denies lots of opportunities, education opportunities, scholarships of the people. Now, again, folks, if you're watching us, share the video and let our people listen to what the young people have to say. This generation is a generation that getting out of the hate because we will soon pass away and they're going to be here for the longest that we have been here. This generation is here. Linda Griffin, she said, look, I love Liberia. And Liberia, I know Liberia has a relationship with a solid rock. That was his expression. She said Liberia has a relationship with a solid rock. The United States is the greatest nation on earth. Now, again, those of you who are listening to us, join the Liberian People's Party on July 19, 2023 for the corruption rally. I want you to speak to the Liberian people, each of you, in 2 minutes about the rally. Calling them, talk to them, the reason why you want them to join this rally. I want each of you to take 2 minutes of your time to talk to them. We're going to start with the lady. We're going to start with Jessica because of the problem she's having with her death weight. Jessica, talk to your people that they can come out in numbers.
Okay. So once again, I'm Jessica Inja Morris, and I'm actually encouraging the Liberian people who will watch this video or who is following this live video to join the rally comes July 19, 2023. And the reason is simple. Like in Liberia, corruption is not just affecting one group of people. Corruption is not just affecting the LPP, the Liberian People's Party. Corruption is not just affecting the Unity Party people. No, corruption is affecting Liberians, especially the masses of the Liberian people. So if you look at the society now, our society in Liberia, if you look at the state we are now, you find out that our educational sector is very poor. You go to the hospital, there is no bed. You go to the hospital, there is no medication to treat people, and that is all because of corruption. If our representative or our president gets sick, they leave the country and go outside for treatment. So they are not really focusing on improving the health sector of Liberia. And the common people are the ones who are left here to go to hospital that have no medication to treat them. So we are calling upon every Liberian citizen to join us in this rally to send a message to the government that they have failed in fighting against corruption. They only took our power to enrich themselves, and we are now coming together to fight against that system of corruption and help to improve our 5 major sectors of this economy. Thank you so much.
If you talk about fight, are you giving awareness to the people, or you coming into the street when the people come against you for you to hit back, or what? What are you talking about if you say you fight? Are you doing a
Okay,
peaceful
so
march, and are you telling
so
them to join us? Yes, with placards or what?
So actually, we have already started engaging the Liberian people. We have already engaged the radio station, sending announcement out, calling them to join this rally. And actually, it's open for everyone to join. So it's not like we are just calling a particular group of people to come. We are calling all Liberians that have one way or the other been subjected to this system of corruption that have left us in abject poverty. So we are actually calling upon them to join us, and not just to join us for the rally, but to join us in the fight against corruption. The rally is actually a launch of our anti-corruption campaign, but we are still going to push towards fighting against corruption from July 19 upward. So that is just a launch.
And that's going to be a peaceful march, right?
Yes, it's a peaceful march. We are not going to throw, rob, burn anything. No, it's a peaceful march where we will go and give our not petition, but we will go and do our press release. We write a press statement and invite the press to be there while we read our press statement, and then they will carry all over Liberia.
Ladies and gentlemen, those of you watching this video, I want you to look at your daughter, especially those of you in the marketplaces, those of you who the women who have fought so hard that look, I'm giving birth to my child to be able to defend me. If I'm not mistaken, market women, students, and those that are working, the last time in the market you were booing government officials. If I'm not making mistake, market women, school children, you were booing government official. Row. Now, here is a lady, Jessica Angel Morris is saying to you, join us on July 19, 2023, so that we can be able to declare our views that corruption is killing us in this country to the entire world. Because this is going to be international. This is where you're going to have BBC, you're going to have CNN, you're going to have all of the international organizations that report will be there on that day. Now we're going to go to Emmanuel. We're going to go to Emmanuel. Emmanuel, you got your 2 minutes. You got your 2 minutes to tell your mothers, your fathers, your colleagues to come and join us on the 19th of July. For what reason? You're going to tell me. I don't know. I have no idea.
So my message is just simple. You know, the issue about corruption is not affecting Mr. Weah. He is the benefactor or the beneficiary of the voting system. The issue about corruption is affecting those in the marketplaces. The issue about corruption is affecting those that go to the hospitals and their children are not given medication. The issue about corruption is those that go to schools and there is no instructor in their classroom to teach them. For example, the University of Liberia now is currently closed because the faculty association of the university is on a go-slow or strike actions. We are simply using this time as a wake-up call to the Liberian people. Like the message have resonated, and we know the Liberian people will be in their minds. We also informing those people that are still thinking that corruption is not affecting them because basically they got people aligning with the regime that gave them a token of nothing for an end meal a day, and at the end they go and they live in their resorts, in their mansions, and they live a flamboyant life at the detriment of the people to rethink also their minds and join this rally on the 19th. This rally
There you have it. We lost another person again. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to us, we got a couple of minutes to go. And again, the young people have just told us that Liberia is dying from corruption. The Liberian people, we are dying from the corrupt system that has been created by the We Are government. Liberians, corruption denied us the opportunities, denies the educational system to be proficient. It denies the hospital from having the requisite drugs for a common disease, for a curable disease. Come July 19, that is Wednesday of this week, July 19, 2023, join the anti-corruption march. Join the anti-corruption rally with the Liberian People's Party leading this anti-corruption rally. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are viewing us, we want you to share this video. People need to hear us. People need to see this so that they can be able to come together on that very day. Again, I just like to make use of Emmanuel when he started his first expression. He said, look, we are in the capital city of the Republic of Liberia, the oldest nation in Africa. Yet, we face the issues of internet. They've just sent me a text that the internet is completely done with and it cannot appear anymore. So if you don't see us again, you will see us on Thursday. On Wednesday, we're going to be live with the campaign. Ladies and gentlemen, those viewing us in Facebook land, on YouTube, my name is Junius D. Zokat, your host of the Broom Talk Show. If you don't see me again, I will see you, and we will see you on Wednesday, July 19, 2023, joining live the anti-corruption march to be headed by the Liberian People's Party. Thank you so much.